functional movement. Now for today, we are focusing in on the hips. There is a move where we will be on the ground. We're gonna be kind of a 90-90 position with our hips. I do not want you leaning out to the side. So if you feel like you don't have the greatest flexibility at your hips or mobility at your hips, or maybe you're just not sure, grab a yoga block, grab some books, grab a pillow, grab a rolled up towel or a blanket, something of the sort, so that you can have it off to the side just there, so that if you need to, you can use it to prop back up so that you're not leaning out to the side. Other than that, there is nothing that you need for today's workout. Same setup, we have 9 exercises, 60 seconds of work, 0 rest. We go through all 9 straight in a row. If it is unilateral, we will be doing it twice. So once for one side and once for the other. I'll let you know which ones are those. Other than that, let's go ahead and dive into today's workout. All right, so for our first move, we are gonna be down here on the ground in what's called a hip 90-90 position. So if you wanna go ahead, come on down here. I'm gonna talk about this because it might seem a little bit weird to get into at first. So a lot of times when people come down there, they tuck in their legs, right? I want you to have a 90 degree at your knees, 90 degree at your hips. So the front shin and back thigh should be facing parallel to the wall in front of you, whereas the outside thigh and the outside shin should be parallel to the walls on the side, okay? So this is where, if you need this yoga block, because I don't want you falling out. This destroys the purpose of this move. So what I want you to do is to come into here, and you're gonna prop up just like this, and that'll help you stay up, okay? Now you can put your hand right here on your knee if you want, on your leg, totally okay. You can put it off to the side as long as you don't drift off, okay? Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a little bit of stretching, and then we're gonna do what's called a contract and release. For this contract and release, I'm gonna have you put your hand on your front knee. And your knee and your hand are gonna battle it out, basically. So they're gonna act like your knee's pushing up as if it wants to hit you in the nose, and your hand is shoving it down. We're gonna do different intensities, and we're gonna build it up, but that's what we're gonna do for this first move. So go ahead and come on down, give me this good 90-90 position. I'm ready, let's just go and stretch into this front leg for just a few seconds. Now, when it comes to this 90-90 position, any mobility work that you do, if you feel cramping, if it feels like it's just kind of stuck or like an achy sensation, push through that. Go ahead and switch to the back here, right here. If it feels that way, I need you to push through it, because that is your muscle, that's your joint trying to get back to this natural mobility that it should have. And go ahead and come up into the front. We're gonna go into that contract and release. So right here, give me about 10% intensity. So your knee should be pushing up into your hand right now, your hand down into your knee. Nothing intense, nothing crazy, just a light push. I need you to ramp it up to about 30 for me, okay? Right there, good job, keep pushing. Now I need you to go up again, give me about 60%, okay? So a little bit more than half of your energy. You might be feeling some cramping, it's okay, work through it. Go ahead and give me 100 for the last 10. Push, 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 you should be shaking. We're gonna switch legs. You're almost there, in 2, 1, switch and go straight into the stretch for the front. Right there, straight into the stretch. But typically when it comes to mobility work, you want to work through that like cramping sensation. And now if anything is like sharp, stabbing, shooting pain, ease out of it, okay? We don't want that. We want you to be fighting some resistance, working through it, but we don't want it to be absolutely painful, okay? Go ahead and go to the back for me, right here. And then we're gonna go into that contract to release in 3, 2, come on up, you're about 10. Good job. Go up to about 30. Bring it up to that 60. And we're gonna go for 102, 1 push. You should be shaking, okay? Now the next thing we're gonna do is called internal rocks. I need you to keep pushing, keep pushing, keep pushing. All you're gonna do is you're gonna come here and drop it in, okay? In 2, 1, let's go. Now if you can keep your hands up and land in this 90-90 and then rock and land in this 90-90, perfect, great. If not, then I need you to come here, place your hands behind you for some support. You're not completely leaning back. Nice, good support. And you're just gonna dip that knee down as far as you can get it down, okay? If that's right here, that's right here. Work on it over time, totally okay. But if you can, stay right here for me, okay? Now your next move is gonna be called hip circles, all right? You're gonna be in a quad position, so on all fours, hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. I'll show you here in just a few seconds. If you are pregnant, This is really, really good for you. This whole workout is gonna be really, really good for you because doing work with your hips, especially in the third trimester, chef's kiss for labor and delivery. All right, so you keep going. I'm gonna talk through this next move. You're just coming onto all fours. All we're gonna do is we're gonna bring it up, out, back, and down, and reverse it. Don't worry, I'm gonna talk you through the whole thing. Go ahead and come on up into all fours for me. Ready? 2, 1, let's go. Drive one knee in towards your elbow, kick it out to the side like a tabletop. Now bring that heel back and up to the sky. No arch in your back, keep your core engaged. Drive it down to that knee. If you need to, rest and relax, but if not, let's kick it back out. Opposite direction, back up to the sky, and then kick it out to the side, tabletop. Bring it in towards the elbow and relax. We're gonna do it again. We're using one side, we'll get the other side next time, okay? So drive it on in for me. Bring it out, kick it up, bring it in, let's reverse it. Bring it back out to the side, drive it in. Let's do one more, bring it out. Bring it back up, heel to the sky, drive it on in, kick it out, reverse, out to the side, drive it into the elbow, and relax. We're gonna do that on the other side. We're just doing 3 times. All right, just that we get the same work, okay? You got 3, 2, let's get ready. Let's go, drive it in, kick it out to the side, bring that heel up, flex your foot this whole time, by the way, and bring it in. It's not, make or break it if you don't do it. Reverse it, kick that heel up, bring it out to the side, tabletop, into the elbow. And if you need to relax, relax. If not, let's go back through it. Up, out to tabletop, kick that heel up, drive it on in, and reverse it for me. Keep going. Out to the side, pull it in. And if you need to relax, relax. If not, give me one more. All right. Go nice, controlled, slowed. I'm gonna talk about what's coming up next. Once you're done with your third, you can just relax, okay? Your next one is gonna be a side hip lift with a press, okay? So you're coming down either here, it's gonna be a little bit more challenging, or up here, you'll get a lot more range of motion, okay? You're gonna stack here. I want your heels to be as if they're coming towards your glutes. You're not really gonna touch your glutes. You're gonna be right here, engage, press up. Ready? Join me right here. One side. So you rest. I want you great, brace and engage that core. Ribs come down to the top of your hips. As you come up, you press your hips ever so slightly forward, and you're gonna feel this bottom glute. All right here. So you're, again, good core work. A lot with your hips, your hip flexors, your glutes, all that nice good stuff, okay? Your core involves more than just your abdominals, and it impacts your hips, all right? Right here. Now, if you need to modify, you're gonna lift, keep your feet intact, or if that's still too much, I want you just to do a side plank with a little press forward, okay? All you're gonna do in 15, flip it over and switch, all right? Right here, core is nice and engaged. I need you to keep your ribs stacked over your hips, so don't let them flare out. Keep them down as if you're trying to get them to touch the top of your hips here. We're gonna switch sides, 2, 1, go. You can just flip it over. I'm completely gonna switch sides. That way, you all don't have to see my butt. All right, ready? Keep going for me. Slight press forward, keep that core nice and engaged. Hand is underneath of your shoulder. It won't be when you press up and out, okay? Now, if you need to, go to a fist. It'll make it a little bit unstable for you, so you get a little bit more core work. But again, if not, you can go down to the ground. Do it from your forearm. You just won't have as much range of motion, all right? You can also do this from a couch, a bench, a chair, something of that sort. All we're gonna do next is you're gonna lay down and do some adductor lifts. Not yet, I'll let you know when, but you're gonna come on down, bottom leg, straight out, toes point towards you. You're gonna lead with your heel here, okay? You're gonna cross over, lift up, and slow down. Ready? And join me, lift with that heel. Toes are flexed, lower. So lift up, you're gonna hold 1, 2, 3, drop, drop, drop. Slow and controlled here. Lift up and control down. Then we're just gonna flip it and we'll get the other side. You're in the exercise portion for your hips right now. You're doing great. Lift and hold and down. Now, if you really wanted to challenge it, you can take this leg back, put a weight here. and lift against that weight. Putting your leg back here does make this a little bit easier, okay? So, if you need that modification, you do not have to be up like I am. You can be down on the ground, whatever is most comfortable for you. I need your core to stay engaged still, okay? Your core is still helping you here. Remember, your core does play into your hips. You're gonna switch sides in 2, 1. Get up and switch it over for me. Ready? Let's go. Get set up and then go. You're holding at the top just a few seconds. I need you to lead with that heel though, okay? Not your toes. Your toes are flexed here. All right. Lead with your heel. Hold it at the top for just a few seconds. And slow that lower. You fight gravity and you win, okay? All you have coming up next is a glute bridge, and then we're gonna do some lifting and swinging out of our legs. Okay, let me show you real quick. You are gonna alternate legs on this one, okay? This is not where we're unilateral working. You're gonna rotate your pelvis, core is engaged. You're gonna give me a nice good 1, 2 for glute bridges. Come on down, kick a leg, kick it out, up, hover, kick it out to the side. Ready? Let's go. Come on down to the ground, rotate that pelvis, core is nice and engaged here. You're gonna bring it up, slow 1, 2, 3, tap right back up, slow 1, 2, 3, kick a leg out for me. You're gonna kick it up, your toes are flexed. Bring it down, I need you to hover here. Don't tap the ground unless you need to. Kick it out to the side, try and keep your toes up towards the sky. And then pull it back in, give me 2. And then you're just gonna do it on the other leg. This is not unilateral, we are hitting both, so you're alternating. 2, then you're gonna go up, core is nice and engaged, back is against the ground. Nice good engagement here, even as you go out to the side. Bring it in, and repeat. So after this move, what we have coming up is just your stretching. We're gonna go into a runner's lunge, all right? Core is nice and engaged here. Don't let your pelvis weeble wobble. Runner's lunge coming up in 2, 1. Bring it on up for me right here. I need you to come up about 90-90 here, and then you're gonna lean forward here. Okay, this is one way you can do it if you need to modify it a little bit. If not, I need you to come on down here, and you can either be up like this with me, or you can be down on your knee and push that heel towards the back and this knee towards the front. I typically like this one. I can just get my hip flexors a lot more in this stance here. So it's totally up to you. We're gonna switch real quick and do some quads. 2, 1. So all you're gonna do is scoot this front leg back a little bit, grab your back leg. Now, when it comes to this back leg, I want you grabbing at the base of your shin or right above your ankle. I do not want you grabbing your foot, your shoe, nothing, okay? That is going to pull on ligaments and tendons in those ankles, and if they are not strong, you're making them weaker, which will lead to instability, which can lead to injury later. We are gonna switch legs here. So again, you can stay upright for it a little bit easier. 2, 1, switch it, or you can go into full runners right here, driving that heel back, knee forward, or you can drop that knee, still drive that back heel, and drive this front knee. It's like you're creating this good oppositional force, nice good tension here, whatever works for you, okay? We're gonna get those quads soon. And let's come on up for 2, 1, grab that quad. Now if you need to use a chair, couch, bench, something like that for stability, go for it, okay? Now, this front leg, I say pull it in because if it's too far out and you don't have that balance or that flexibility, you're gonna tip over. So if you feel like, oh, I'm not really getting the stretch much, pop this leg out a little bit and lean forward a little bit, okay? Totally okay to do. Next, we're just gonna sit on the ground. You're gonna stretch your legs out in front of you and we're gonna get those hammies. 2, 1, drop it, let's go. You're doing good. Nice, good, ease stretching session right here. So a lot of these moves you probably have noticed we've done for ankles, we've done for knees. The thing when it comes to joints, the body is a very interesting, very, I'm trying to think of the right word for it, detailed, intricate machine. okay? So basically, something down at your ankle can impact what goes up on your upper body. So you'll notice that sometimes, especially with the lower body, you work a lot of the same areas, not all the time, but you do tend to see some overlapping because they impact each other. So you'll notice that your quads, if something's going on with your quads or your hammies or your adductors or your TFL, it can impact your knees and how your knees pull, okay? All I'm gonna have you do here is you're gonna lay back for me, okay? Come lay all the way on the ground, stick one leg out and pull in here. Nice and easy. As much as you can, get a good stretch. Let this other leg just relax. If you want a deeper stretch here, go up onto a bench, a chair, something like that, where you can get your glutes towards the very edge of it, and then let this outside leg hang and pull this in. You'll get nice, good stretch on what's called your psoas. It's a hip flexor. It'll feel really good. If you need to, for less intensity, just bring it up here. All right, this is unilateral, so we'll do the other one next. But the body's very interesting. If you ever do like a full body assessment of somebody, which is something I do with my one-on-one clients, you will see how something all the way at one part of the body can significantly impact the other part of the body. So when we're doing a lot of this work, we're gonna switch to one, switch it out for me. When we're doing a lot of this work, so like glute bridges can help obviously with your knees as well. But when we're doing this work, it's so important to know that the muscles do work together. If there is an imbalance somewhere, it will impact the rest of the kinetic chain. And the kinetic chain just means your whole body, okay? So it's important to know that. That's why we want to make sure that we are thoroughly working through properly strengthening, lengthening, inhibiting whatever we need to inhibit, and training properly with proper form so that we don't get as many imbalances. But as moms, it's very common for us to have imbalances, especially from pregnancy, just the weight of the baby, how it messes with our posture, if we train during it, if we don't, our pelvic floor takes a hit, our core overall takes a hit regardless of how much you train. So it's really important in postpartum that you do very specific work to help correct those imbalances, because it can actually go ahead and relax. It can actually help when it comes to pelvic floor issues as well as diastasis recti. So other than that, thank you so much for being here today. This was actually supposed to be uploaded last week, but I had to refilm it. So you're gonna get another one this week, and then next week it'll go back to just the normal one. Other than that, reminder that you also have your upcoming Momma Fit workout coming up as well. So stay tuned for that. If you want more workouts, come join the Momma Fit Community. Every weekend, aside from the one weekend that we go live here on YouTube, I'm live in there every single weekend. There's stuff going on throughout the week. You get the front row seats to anything that happens within Scully Fitness as well. So Mama, if that's you and you want an online community, it is right there ready for you. It is totally free. Link is down in the description. Make sure to subscribe, hit that notification bell so that you get notified whenever I post, and make sure to like, share with a friend, and also comment below what other type of functional movement you would love to see. If you would like more mobility, if you would like maybe foam rolling, if you would like anything of the sort, go ahead and let me know down below. I would love to be able to help you out and do that with you. Other than that, I hope you have a great day, night, week, weekend, whenever it is for you, and I will see you very soon.